Amir kong wagi kakany manok ichawa me lok lo wachi yue kada kwa dugi ento watiki wele wa matika a keyboard dul makilwone PINY LUO pat PINY LUO eni umego mati a wa ki Kenya ka boke jiwa waje kanyi jo ken go iwa chim no giti go chim wa ki Kenya ugi wachi ni gen giti nana wa live kadi bena le luone no gwenye ki nok manok nok eno giti winyo so watiki umego wa makilwone ni Peter Okoth otieno te a keyboard dul makilwone PINY LUO mir tier ewa kana Tekwaro pachuli chakakiye.
Now, Tamini, this is a very critical conversation. PM Paul Kare, kawatika the connection. We po a bit of Kare me loke Professor Lumumba and ubero kamio dots.
Maabe ki Kenya.
Maabe ki Kenya. Ma rate kwede awachini ameti I lockdown welcome one Luo TV. Jo awachini ilem Luo awachi yes. Awachini this is important. O logo ento kit mo logo kwede kit ana bere ko pronouncing ki logo mo kan wachi wana waje command wana waje command.
So there's that argument.
Eta waje wachi ni but professor gena pera technique one weng ki donc logo achel ni
one weng wa Luo.
Donc tin ka watiki guess kuma eni waramo bere ki kita pronouncing mo no petit wine no funote logo le wadi
achel wachi wana waje command wara you are right you are right. So kwa wachi wa yue wa du ki wele wa matika a keyboard dul me PINY LUO kada kwa metiki yupo matien. Cwal abijolo in me ki yue manok ini ching angwen ini tika nungo studio wakany me One Luo TV kakile iwe yupo mwaloni ro painting kache Friday TV set mambega diwa bid do cha mwaloni lok lobo headlines ango ma tie kati me iken ping awaji iwe ni kawadu no tiki welo ma entika awa ki lobo me Kenya loko bena Luo chalo wan mira no ye wakangwa jol and ki studio nye kilwone Peter Otieno Okoth. Peter bijoli One Luo TV. Kupango?
Tima ber.
Tima ber. But tin we loko kileb ngowa, loko kileb pechuli, leb Luo, leb jelwo.
Tamane wabichao boko lokwa kileb Luo. Ento wamir bena wajid audience wamegwani Otieno logo Luo kikome. Now Luo me Kenya. Okay, now one note take it here, and then we can reverse and talk in English. And to get a pair take me watch when Otieno take a project, my take a running, Makaloni KP
Jalo
abroad project. My end take a nano Jim part where all Luo studio watching my end take a timone. Questions la painti maduong mo mironiang. Mi achel wa mirongayo ni tika timongo project ni tika wachu ngo. Quite mamege. So there are so many questions in between. Mirne tekwe metiako project eni kidon kele Luo karachel. Donc ikien boko logo kan eni wai chako mere kyo matekwe ni. So one of you decide.
Itieni ning.
Tima ber.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Well, I be penny mere machichia. Maybe to start our conversation. Otieno benonga.
Mokongo amoso juluma Kenya untie maber amotho jo pajola jo padola wintie ne di jo acholi untie ni ning linga kogot Peter Okoth Jaluo ma Kenya. I'm a PR practitioner by profession, turned by fate into a historian, and then I transitioned to being Luo ambassador Eastern Central Africa. Because we all know that a society without good grip of history and ancestry is a tree without roots. What I do is that I trace the Luo history, ancestry, culture, and stories in Eastern Central Africa.
Wow.
Takes us to when you trace the history of the Luo, the ancestry, like you've said, what do you want to achieve? What are your objectives? What's the long-term goal?
Okay, the long-term goal is to create awareness and knowledge. Because I feel as we speak, we don't have a good grip of our history and ancestry. And a society, every society that's doing well has very documented history. They have museums, they have things that can tell where they came from. They have statues and monuments. And this is something that's lacking. And I think it takes someone to do it, and that someone is me.
Tina, I want to find out, you've been to Japadola, now you haven't been up north, in Gulu, Kitgum or whatever, but when you're speaking to us, do you feel like you understand what we are saying?
I will enjoy the Luo. I will enjoy the Luo or Lep Luo. So yes, I feel I understand. And I just came from Tororo. And I watch your Padola, I watch your Padola, So yes, I understand you. It's just something like American English and British English.
Sorry, we shall have to be putting in the actually here and there. I feel like one them more than Guinean one.
No, ana niang. Gian mati matera yeni kita ena waji kweni the dialect.
The dialect.
Ni ramo mwenye English mi UK, part ke English mi America.
Yes.
Just slight connotations. Makuloni nods. Ne kita ini pronouncing kwere onyo kit me emeto kat kwere ene PM ki wenyo awinyo win ana winyo. So it's just a slight difference.
And imagine, but before the show started, manote wachanye o wachane ernye kogot. And kogot means ne water ngara morning. Ja wajera wachi wane ya chule ke wachini pa ogot. In Japadola, what do they say?
Pogot.
Pogot.
Yes.
In Jello, it's what?
Kogot.
Pat Larubi.
Pat Larubi.
Yeah.
Yes. In Jello, you would say Pat Larubi, right?
Yes. So,
so maybe if I may say something before we proceed, I need to correct something that you said. I have been to every single area with the Luo people in Uganda, maybe with an exception of where actually Labor are.
Extreme north.
Yeah, which I need to find out if it's a separate group or if it's one group as actually. But the first place I was in, of course, Luo of Kenya, because that's where I was born and raised. And then
is that Kisumu?
Homa Bay. Yeah, Homa Bay.
No.
Homa Bay, yes.
Do you know Pat?
Yeah.
I don't.
So the first place I went to was Tororo.
Okay.
Yeah,
which is close.
Yeah, which is close. If I just give you a quick look into how it all started. It started from curiosity of watching a random video of Japadola broadcaster, radio broadcaster. And I saw that I understand this language, you know, like to an extent, like 90%.
Japadola is very close to Luo.
Yes, so
to Luo of Kenya.
So that created curiosity in me, and I decided, okay, I will go see this this tribe. Where is it? So after a few searches on the internet, I could figure out the name of the tribe and where they are, and I went and I did language comparison. Achel, Ario, Adeka, Abongwen, Ochiko, you know, things like this. And after doing that, I did it with Acholi, I did it with Lango, I did it with Kumam, I did it with Alur.
And what did you find out?
Alur Jonam and Alur Okoro of Congo and Alur Pardiere. So I found out that this is one big family. Talk of identical twins that are separated apart. One blood, just different geographical locations.
So basically that is what inspired your journey?
That's what's inspired my journey, but now my journey is bigger. My responsibility is bigger than just comparing the languages, because now I'm out here comparing the culture, the food, the leadership structure, and I think I just finished my second destination. In this trip, I did Luo of Tanzania.
There's Luo in Tanzania? Imagine, it's the first time I'm hearing.
Yes, this is now a challenge to all the young Luo. The kamora mora mantie jo Luo, ngeni jo Luo nga giwacho dok mane, gichamo chimo mane. Go to every single place where the Luo are. Know which dialect they speak, know the food they eat, know their culture, and above all, know their language.
Wow.
So yes, there are Luos in Tanzania.
Wow. Where are they situated?
In a place called Shirati. If you check on the map, you'll see Shirati in Mara region. northern Tanzania.
Okay.
Yes. And then the second destination was Tororo for the
I
Jopadola.
think that also connects to the Luo in Ethiopia.
I've heard of
Yes.
the Luo in Ethiopia.
Yeah, because now that connection, because we are poor, I think like 2 months ago, Madam Ucharo Kayub, there was a wedding, and the Luo wedding, which was hosted in Ethiopia. So in Tanzania, something is there, definitely not here at the...
Can I challenge you
Yes.
live on TV? Can you mention the countries with the Luo?
I know there's Sudan, of course in Uganda. I know Kenya. Now I'm hearing of Tanzania. I've heard recently of Ethiopia.
Only.
Only.
That's what I also know. Apart from the Luos who are scattered in diaspora with the origins back here, or with the origins back to the East African community, that's what I also know.
Do you know Aluru Koro?
Aluru
Where are
Koro,
they?
we have them in Zombo. Those ones we know. We know the Aluru Zombo, the ones in the where Dong because we have an Aluru. We have our people from that side, West Nile. At Cholilavo, we have people from Agago. That's all within vicinity of northern Uganda. Jopadola, Kumam, Michael Nyinge, which we also broadcast. We do stories from all these areas. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's Aluru Koro in Congo, in the Ituri region in Congo.
Wow. Kache friti di TV set ma mega dia watika loko megi wa makilonye ne Peter Otieno Okoth and ti Jalwo ma aki Kenya ite dul ma megi makiti longo ne ni KP Jalwo abroad watika loko leba chuli wa loko le Luo wa loko le Muoro pien le pone petit flowing ma bede twal o kama warwenyo. Yes.
No, of course. Dano meron yang iwot me woro ne kame chere ie ngome no. Findings the taking cham, dano, quo, dialect, lab, culture, dress code,
Miel,
yeah?
dance.
Yeah, miel. All these findings the taking kamade chawak. Kenya, Uganda, Tororo, Ichiaro region mukene ngo maino.
Gimanuango and Jalu. My finding is that a Luo is a Luo, irrespective of their geographical location. And
Peter, is it okay if you speak the Luo so that we see if you can get each other?
Jalu and Jalu kamora mara maintie team na ina chiel. Mokongo Jalu ero nyadhi, Jalu ero sunga. Sunga gi dok mar English iluongo ni pride.
Yes.
Kachopo Ethiopia gambela aneno sunga nyadhi mar Jaluo. Kachopo Tororo aneno nyadhi mar Jaluo jirwako suit. Kachopo Gulu, kachopo Pakwach aneno nyadhi mar Jaluo. Findings maga eni Jaluo en achiel. Kamora.
Well, koti kwa chini ki neno deyu pa Luo kama ini chiari ene chiaro Tororo ichiaro kamukena mapat pa kwachi gulugini ino ni deyu pa Luo keta giroke kwele keta gitimo kete kijimi gwen iniang kekene ni Luo ti achiari.
Chamko dek ma megi ko tiano. We are going to fight to understand each other. We will speak ours, you speak yours. But we all merge. Dek ko cham.
I take
food.
a challenge. Yeah, cham.
When you look at the comparison, the food, ugali,
kuon
Kuonachel.
achiel. Kuon anywa mar Ethiopia, kuon Joluo ma Kenya, Joluo ma Tanzania, Jopadola, Joluo ma Eastern
Tororo.
Uganda, Tororo, Pakwach, Alur, Pardiere, Alur Jonam, Gulu, kuon, and Rech.
I want us to talk about this thing. Sometimes we feel like one actually part. Before the show started, Beka wachi peta ni ka winyu Luo me Kenya ti lok, nya winyu Japadola ka lok, a winyu agiti lok leva chuli, but a softer leva chuli, which a winyu wa leva chuli is the crude one, and then leb Jaluo is the one which is a bit soft. So uberika terane. Then what about the one of Shulok? Pian history wajini one wa wakikwe ba El Gazelle. We're traveling wa bino ping I Nile region wa bino wa karo I Tororo wa umegi wa gudong ulutiana pa dola jo pa dola gudong kono Genongo metego o Kenya. So what would you say about the difference in the dialects? I was telling you that I feel like ours is the crude one, yours is the softer one.
Just to avoid miscommunication, I would say it's difficult to tell which dialect is the original one.
Yes.
Because as I said before, Nyadi, Sunga, Jaluo is a proud person.
Yes.
And each group claims to be
Yes.
the owners of the original dialect. And so it's difficult for me to answer this question.
I think it takes me back to, when I went to Mombasa, I spent there a week. I was gone for the training, and what happens is I checked Dukan more, just in the shop to buy, I needed sandals, and then I find a lady on phone speaking Luo. Hey, she's talking. Then when she's like, customer, you're welcome. I can, she just jumped out from the shop and came and gave me a hug. You know my language. Where are you from? I am a Jaluo from Uganda. She, oh my God, I need to visit. Curiosity and love. And pride.
There's this pride, and then also there's Amir can talk about the names. You will notice, I was talking to a certain scholar, some old man, a friend, who was teaching us that in this world, come watch Africa, we are actually one. Mr. Okot or Tiano any, it's like Omera, Okelo, Omera, Ojok, Omera, like our names are all the same. Or Anyango, Akwaro, our names are all with O and A, which means we are all Nilots. And that scholar told me, we go as far as Nigeria. You're going to find Luos in Nigeria. That's why you'll see a huge part of Nigeria. They have names that are similar to ours. You'll see a Debunyo, who has a name with A, which sounds like ours here.
Yeah, taking to the issues of the name. Actually, when this lady, Mubirumora, we started asking, how do you say Iluo eningo? Chapenya watching Nyinga, watching Nya Atieno, Morin, something like that. It's like, oh, Atieno, at one kuja, watiki o Cheng, o Chan, o Doj. So that is a common thing.
We are one people.
Yes.
Yes.
I would say it's the same thing everywhere. And the name, the O is for the guy and the A is for the girl.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. And another thing apart from the name that we have in common is that Jaluo ngamo oheroji. Luo is a very loving person. And if I may just brief you on that, Kanyadi, Ethiopia, when I went to Ethiopia, I got a wonderful team, the Laksa Bokaj. I bedoja family, Mar Anyua, Ethiopia. Kenya, Jomachalo Ken, Otieno Muga, Tony Hayo, Otieng, Bedokaka family. Kachopo, Tanzania, Engineer Okal, Bedokaka family. Kachopo Tororo, Otieng, Bedokaka family. Luo and era, we have that love.
That warmth.
And I'm happy to say that everywhere I get to where the Luo, I feel like I'm home. Now, even when I went to Lango, Kizito Guna he's a loving brother. Apani, we have that signature of Nying, Chiemo, Hera, how do you say love in Choli?
Mar.
Yes. I love Kenya. Why do we say Hera when all the other groups
love.
say Maro?
Even Japadola say Ma.
Yes.
Even Alu is Ma.
Yes.
Even actually is Ma. If you're going to hear from the phone calls, our people are full of love. When we open the lines, Pat, tia kong talking points ne.
Ana tia odong amero penyune awachine kade tika team project eni metika kelu George kelu Niang kelu Tekwaro paluo karachien. Kumbeti ke what's your next step? Imero inge chokongech anyway ngome merte nekwede. What's the next step for this?
My next step is, I think, the most beautiful part. Because I started out of curiosity, turned into ambassador, and I'm going to turn into a father. And by this I mean that I need to see Luo in one group. my step is to have that real unity, such that if we have a Luo night in Kenya, then we don't only have the Luo of Kenya performing. I want to see cultural dancers from Acholi. I want to see them perform. I want to see cultural dancers from Padola. I want to see them perform. I want to see Luo of Anyua of Ethiopia. I want to see Luo of Tanzania. I want to see Shiluk. I want to see Balanda Bor, Pari, Luo. This is my next step, to be able to attend one conference, one festival, and find all the Luo people there, because then I would have achieved my objective of real unity, and I call it real unity, not WhatsApp or Facebook unity.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
It's very important. And Pat, the Luos are very many by the campaign. Like they migrated and they just spilled over. Now you will not even know Ning Harmony is Luo. Nowadays we don't pay any young ni kono kala, kono frame, kono physique, no. But you might tell with their name, in case they use their name or their father's name, like yours, Kogot. Pa or God, then you can tell Ning Harmony Luo. But sometimes you might, because they don't even know the language, they don't even know the culture, but the name can still tell, you can still tell.
Yeah, and it's a challenge. Jaluo Kamora Mora Maintie, Jaluo Mar Kenya, Jaluo Mar Uganda, Jaluo Mar Ethiopia, Jaluo Mar Congo, Jaluo Mar South Sudan, Central African Republic, Chad. Puonj nyathini dho Luo. Puonj nyathini dho Luo. Because we've had problems of assimilation, and I hear there's a Luo Tito who assimilated out in Bantu. I'll find out about that. And now we face a bigger threat of education and global exposure, which is bigger than the tribal assimilation, and it's going to sweep us off. Exactly. Linguistically, culturally, and unfortunately it might be genetically as well.
That's why it's very key for us to speak it even here.
Yes, and teach your kid Lepalur, Lepacholi, the Luo. Teach your kid this language, because this is the only gift you can give them. This is the gift of identity, and without it, we're just white men speaking in English.
It takes me to a question. Challenges are in your finding, because me achel dano petika fonyorutiano gelep, which would be a big challenge.
Because it's intermarriages.
Yes,
Part.
and then me ario dano tika nyomeo kamoe ken. And you find Kigulu, Tiara Nyungwe, Western Uganda.
Lamar,
I think Lamara, who is my first daughter, and a Katie gang, and with my mother, Logo Le Pamamana, Logo Chuli, Logo Gimoni. Cow dog, Kama Manati ye, Logo Le Mokene. Kawa Bini Buganda, Logo Le Blaga, Kele Mono. Kids are lost. Any Kawatika nene borwa chalo nyoro. Wanera me just it's modernization. It'll take impact. In me team of research me take a what any challenges are may know you.
Challenges maradok or lep ambachel Jomatindo okia do Luo. The young people don't understand Luo, and I would say I'm happy that my friends who had kids who couldn't speak Luo, I challenge them, and now the kids speak Luo, and this is beautiful. Challenge Marario and Mayudo and leadership structure, protocols. Nikech Adwaro Woyogi Jotelo. I want to talk to the leaders, because I want to dig the culture deep down, from the dances, the food, to the leadership structure, Ruot, Cwal or Care. The challenge that I face the most is the leadership protocols. Take Mondo Ichop Ir Care Jatelo or what. Another challenge, and what you know, Ka Ikiaji, when you don't know a place. I think it's a small challenge, but yes. Challenge.
Pat, Amir kumbero ya apply no wa ngar jomo kana magiti wa kong be gubet kikera meloko megi wa utiano Peter pa ogot, and what you call ogot, one what you pa ogot. Umegi wa matiga Kenya, Jaluo me Kenya. Ugo chimi MTN 0783003251. Airtel 0753180767 Loki Omega Loki le Mumego work and Bobeki Kero Menyang Pat Inibela Gamchim.
Yes, atamani as we wait for a phone call, Genma Munimatera Yenmia Chien, Lep, Miario, Lok Metela, Kid Matela Miruat Quere, atamani and is very critical.
Challenge Maradek, wrangles.
Yeah, conflict.
Your quinjere.
Winyepe.
Yeah.
Split. Atamani, that's a realistic perspective. PM, I was going to ask you, when you find the leadership structure not being supportive, how do you envision that this can be solved? Because in your bigger vision is to make sure there's going to be one day Mano Luo Wengti Karachen, one day Mano Luo Wengti United. Chim Mono Donyo N. One Luo TV, hello? Yes, Afoy, tuning on. Wafoy, okay, me doing now. Yeah, greetings to you guys. Yes, General Casimiro.
Pat, put the phone up.
Yo peti cara che ba ne ti bedo kaen leba nungo peti ber peti loka loko lebo lao kre leba jola ber no loko rubu ka kre lo gande kitoro ngato cha ka bedo kenya ja dang loko rubu kre lebo me kenya kuno kit no leb ta bere me te bere me ti rate cara che era kanu jo ti cara che jo ti bedo cara che atama no ja loko leba chil Gomino no tia na tia winyu dong pe dong tia nyanga dong ba tia tigra winyu tia gamare tira dong pe tia nyanga tutwa.
Okay.
Atamu kede campaign eno tia timu no ber obi na menye wa ungeyo ni ka woro Kenya kana romano nuwa umege watikunu nya mege watikunu ka woro Tanzania ku na romano nuwa mege watikunu nya mege watikunu ena.
Mero pera tek.
Pira tek tutwa na po e patba.
Ofo me tek.
Mota jo
One for you.
Kera mi to mi to ko bugina do kom tin kwano cha me school cha na wara bedo nen Lwan Luo TV chako cha program cha na hatum gina timo gina loko bedo do kom monya matek gin deserving me gamo ko men kwa goal kwa medals no endo gin deserving kom jono riek ba jono becho
Mano gin ma vision group tika timeneno
ber
of me tek ko gam kong chimon tika bino kany. Well, dropping offline, but Atamani Imunyo is just thanking you for a great work, and then saying, "Hey, that is now loud." That is the General Casimiro, all the way from Mubende. Mubende is out of this place, some kilometers away, and is just trying to pass his message over to the team. Ngarmono chwala message wachene for your One Luo TV, man lamaro kibasindi anero timo kijarwate ento lok modonyi chunya aye ni imon ichunya aye ni you can't judge for now. I feel Kony should be aided to join the military, but he should also you can't judge now that, but we need to support Kony to become the next coordinator so that we can have access to see how we can get out more of the rebels who are in the bush. I want to thank the guests in the studio for coming. Watika connecting lep luo mamege ki mameguni manok no. Yes, somebody is calling here. Hello, One Luo TV. Wacho mabe cho ningo.
Wacho mabe mani kila lokati.
Watika lokinga?
Patricia.
Kikwe?
Kentebe.
Patricia, tie mabe? Hello?
Atika mtu mara ema chaho pat.
Afoy Patricia. Meaning?
Ama mi ujeka juni. Bye.
Yes. Why enemy are with the one with your can? Yeah, okay, line.
Peter, have you understood what Patricia was saying?
Yes.
What did she say?
Oh, I had tuning.
Yes, it's show meaning.
Yes.
How do you say Ichonini in Jaluo?
Chionade.
Ichonadi.
We have a great fan from UK, and that is Uncle David.
Okay.
Uncle David is saying, Amoro Wunduju is a great project, one that has immense beneficial potential to the Jaluo Duchu, but how is he funding the project? This is coming from, I've called him Uncle David. I've never met him, but for purpose of respect and knowing he has been a big contributor to this program, and also watching from the UK, he's asking, how is he funding the project?
David
And
watches
then
us every morning.
he says to
from
say,
the UK.
how can we engage with the court? Is there a website or we can link up with him? Uncle David, message is passed, he's here. I think he can respond.
Oh, yes.
Respond in Japadol.
Mokwongo, financing pesa mara aonge gi financer atiyo gi pesa na. I mean, it's usual to possibly think that someone should fund or an organization should fund, but unless you get started, then things will never get started. So as of this moment, I fund this myself, and it gives me satisfaction that I managed to get the Luo, looking at one point and seeing, that all the Luo sub tribes are coming to one. So yes, I fund it alone because I feel it's important, but of course I welcome external financing.
Peter, before I let you go, I want us to agree on a few words to see at least if we are on the same page. Like things like afoyo. What is afoyo in Jaluo?
Erokamano.
Erokamano.
Yeah, but we say apoyo to mean I appreciate. But we use erokamano for thank you.
Erukamano for thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Afoyo
his
mate.
afoyo.
That is, now for us is a foil, matek.
What is how are you? Ours is it Kobango.
Kobango, oh. Ivi nade, ichio nade, iru nade.
Men iri kining. Iru nade, iri kining. Icho nade, icho kining.
So nade, in lieu of
Can I
Kenya.
pick a call?
Yes, please.
Yeah, sure. One Luo TV, hello? Yeah, icho nining.
Icho nadi.
Yeah, why my bad? Yeah, nene.
Ayo, bad.
Okwai road.
And Jaluo for quad.
Jaluo mi Pakwach is calling you. Yes, go for you.
Chio nade.
A full program, weng movie.
Who are for you there?
I went to school for your comment. I went to Jalo, my bad, Sana.
Iti ka winyi maber eh?
My bad.
One go for you matek.
Afoyo.
Hi, yeah, bear. That's Okwai road from Z.
From next
From Z.
West
Z.
Nile.
That is the Luos from
After Nebi.
after
After
Nebi.
Nebi.
Yes,
Pakwach.
yeah.
Abiro Pakwach, Adi Pakwach, Adi Nebi, Jualur Biumosa, Biwachamrech. And if I may ask
There's a call here. Hello, One Luo TV. Sharon, it's your ringo. Watch what tell me. One for you. Sharon, why don't you go chimney for you? What for you can?
Okay.
Yeah, David watching it. Oh, guys, we are almost age mates. I am actually younger than most of you. I am younger than you can imagine, but it takes credit and respect. We give you that. Now, we will get to know that everything is okay, but David, we are here to put things right. We are here to speak to the Luo community. We are here. Kelu alaga ikwoma megwa igangwa megwa idogola idokara kikara weng matiluo. And that's why my brother is here.
We are running short of time, John. Peter, but in a few words, your parting shots.
I'll do this in English to ensure that we have maximum understanding in case of any misunderstanding of the dialects. First, I'm really grateful to be here, and I'm grateful to all the Luo watching. I'll be going to Kabarmaido for the Kumam. I'll be going to Lira for the Lango. I'll be going to Gulu and Kitgum for the Acholi. I'll be going to Pakwach for Alurjanam and Nebi. And then I'll cross over to South Sudan. And anyone in this area, please come meet me. If you want to connect with me, you can check KP Jaluo Abroad on YouTube, and I have all the videos of all the Luos from Ethiopia, Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, and Congo.
Sorry, at this meeting, what should the people expect?
In this meeting, please, again, thanks for asking that. Kindly, if you're in someone's position, please facilitate my access to Care or Cwal or King or whatever title they may have. Please facilitate my access to them, because I would want to talk about the leadership structure. I would also want to talk about the cultural dances and music, the food, and the general public. So yes, this is what you expect. And I will also have general meetings with the normal people on the streets, and I would love to speak to you in Lepacholi, Lepalur, and Kumam and Lango.
Just to find out whether we are actually one people.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We are. I already
We
found
are
out.
one
I just
people.
want to exercise that.
You just want to exercise that.
Correct.
Wow. Pa chao badewa loke magire.
Amero for dana wen kin machin vin mi bedi One Luo TV watika mete kilo program iwu minani wakelo ala kamino ni go arbeiti ye pigay go en wachim kichele chel chimo megwati open kirika wape wiyamo in ramo chwalo tammi kagi mo bena tika timme me miete One Luo TV ubet kingej wak mi gamne nyomi choy ne nyomi kate wiyamo wachiwa itiki birthdays itiki gimo metika yupone yumo matie tutwale kinini watika yinjo matika celebrating birthdays wano kero kany wan ki ema udi ko chon
Where you
birthday we ma
Yin la rubi la we makonye pe.
wagi ko kenyo
Avoid the 12 part. Afoyo
Pero
pizza.
kamano.
What do I say again? I keep forgetting. I'm very poor with languages. But unifonyo, okay, watch again.
era wa mi agete lo ero kamano
Kamano.
Today you're beating me. Ero kamano. Afoyo magwe.
To the people watching, I think I'm grateful. Go to my YouTube channel, watch all the Luo videos, and I have my
What's the
email
YouTube
address.
channel name?
KP Jaluo Abroad.
KP Jaluo Abroad on YouTube. Jami weng mapira tikatim ne ikirne kerto karachel Tekwaro pa Luo weng magiti Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Ethiopia,
Congo, Central African Republic,
Chad. Oh my goodness. Tie weng YouTube channel and one weng wana chel, one weng waluo.
we will ni an beneka kany in the next 2 weeks I'll be at Homa Bay Luo matikono wono Homa Bay kama ero ake yeni.
Oh my goodness.
Karibu Pacho.
Ojo ana lutua afoyo twala afoyo pat afoyo Peter.
Ero kamano.
Ero kamano.
Afoyo. Apoyo.
Afoyo mate.
Wedi twal ko wadak dire chawa marom mabede emba ko yar ka chelge pat Robert Larubi kumegwa matikaka all the way from Kenya Peter Otieno.